And so let's take this off. Woo-wee. And so you do, like I said, I did end up going with the 100 mil on the pistons. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Samson, and in today's video, my pistons for my engine build finally came in. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a Nissan Maxima. I'll put it up on the screen. It is totally decked out with headers, cams. It's got a ported head on it. It also has a whole bunch of other engine mods as far as like intake manifold, throttle body, the whole nine. We are doing a complete engine rebuild for that car. We are doing a Brian Crower Stroker kit. As you guys can see, the BC right here on the package. And so we decided to do a stroker kit, increase the displacement of it from 3.5 liters up to 4.1 liters. So I'm excited about it. I did decide to go with the 100 mil pistons. Could have went with a 96 mil. However, as far as the engine block goes, I have already ordered the dart and sleeves for it. Those are getting installed, and I have already got the crankshaft for it. So let's get into the unboxing. Starting out, I've never had CP pistons before. I've never unboxed any pistons, to be honest with you. However, CP does put their pistons in a real nice shipment. Let's go ahead and take it apart. Nice. And so with these, I'm assuming these are the clips that go on the end to keep the wrist pin in. If you guys want to look, here are my specs for the pistons. If you want to pause it just so you guys can look and see, you can see I did go with the 4.1 liter. I believe it actually ends up increasing it to like a 4.17 maybe. I did go with an 11.5 to 1 compression ratio. The rod length is the same as stock. Of course, the stroke is a little bit longer than it would be, of course, for stock. But these are my specs for the pistons. It does come with some cool little graphics. Not really sure if I'm going to run any of this on the car, but it does come with these, so at least you have the option. And it does come with the little installation kit as well. Installation specification sheet, I mean. Coming to the actual meat and potatoes, you do have, you might be able to open these without having to get some scissors. Let me get some scissors and I'll be right back. Alright, cannot find the scissors, but I did find a screwdriver that should work just about the same for what I need it for. There we go. So, pulling these apart, I'm assuming these are, yep, these are the piston rings. And so you do get all of your rings. You get the one for the oil as well as the two that go on the top and bottom of it. And then you also get your top and bottom front, first and second piston rings as well. So it's nice, and I'm assuming that these are in what's in each one of these white little containers. It is nice that they did go ahead and separate them. That was one thing that I was not looking forward to having to do, is separate these when I got them. So I'm gonna try to keep all this stuff in order as best I can. I might have to just line it over here to the side. And so let's take this off. And so you do, like I said, I did end up going with the 100 mil on the pistons. You can see that these are domed because I did decide to go with the 11.5 to 1 compression ratio. Now, with that being said, I will not be able to run on not on pump gas. I will not be able to run on 87. However, the car has been previously tuned, and it's been tuned on 93 anyway, and so I wasn't really going to be running 87 anyway, because in order to get the most performance out of it, I was going to have to run 93. So I'm okay with that. You can see one side of the recess in the actual piston is bigger. These sides would be for the intake valves. So you can put these in your engine block in the wrong direction. So anybody who is actually installing pistons, just make sure that you do your best to actually pay attention to how you see them in the engine, because the recess in the pistons themselves are set for either the exhaust valve or the intake valve, depending on where they are on your actual engine. But these are nice. These are forged pistons. You can see you do have these extra holes right here for the oil squirters to be able to get oil in there. Then the oil, of course, comes out through this portion of the actual piston. That way it can lubricate your cylinders. These are very light. I was not expecting them to be this light. You can see they do have a few things cut out in order to actually save on the weight. I actually have the piston that originally came out of my car. I'm going to try not to touch both of these with the same hand, because I would hate to get these dirty already, and I just got them. However, these are the pistons that originally came out of the car. As you can see, the newer pistons are slightly bigger. You're talking about like a 5mm difference, so it does increase the bore of it from a 95.5 to 100 mil. And so when you talk about 5mm, it's not a whole lot, at least not by the naked eye, but it is more nonetheless. You can see, looking at the bottom of these, they are decently similar. You do have more holes in the CP piston for the oil to get in and lubricate the cylinder than you do on the original piston. I can also tell you there is a big difference in weight. Now, I know this piston does have the wrist pin in it as well as the piston rings. However, even with that being said, there is a significant difference in weight. You can see that the actual size of this piston are a little bit skinnier, and so there is a difference in the actual width of the skirt of the piston, so you do end up saving some weight there as well. And so this should really help with the lowering the weight and rotation mass, as well as these pistons right here should be a lot stronger than the ones that I currently have in there, or that currently were in there. You do also get your wrist pins that come with each set. So these, I'm not sure if these are actually custom to the actual whole kit right here. However, it is nice that they did decide to include a whole new set of wrist pins. As far as the rods that I'm running, I do have these rods right here. I am using ARP fasteners for the rod bolts, as well as these H-beam forged rods. I have already installed the bearings in these, as well as this one right here has the fasteners in it as well. And so I'm excited to see, you know, how everything goes. I still have to wait a little while for some work to get done to the actual the engine block. I'm waiting for the guy to finish actually installing the sleeves, as well as bore them out, but I got to take these down to him for him to actually bore it out to the specific spec that it needs to be bored out to. However, that is the gist of everything, and I will keep you guys up to date on the build. I'm going to be doing a whole series on it, so just make sure that you guys stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys are really into the engine building stuff, because I'm getting excited. It's going to be time for some racing coming up pretty soon. Just like that, I will keep you guys updated, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.